being brand new is not all that in a bag of chips. Hey guys, it's Jess from She's the Posh. Welcome back. And today we're going to talk about why I don't buy Chanel new. I make videos anytime I want, so please remember to hit subscribe below and ring that bell so we can become best friends here on the internet. Okay guys, we're gonna talk about Chanel. I have some drama videos with Chanel, so I thought I would just talk to you about purchasing Chanel, right? So I have seen some videos about new Chanel, and it just confirms for me why I don't recommend and why I don't personally buy Chanel brand new in the store. So I was gonna give you my thoughts on that. I was gonna share a little bit of the tea, but not go too far in it. If you would like some tea drama videos, I will have them linked up here for you. So let's talk about Chanel, and I have some Chanel bags here to share with you because we all love a little arm candy, right? So I had to bring those out, but I kind of want to share with you my thought process and why I just don't recommend buying Chanel brand new. The first reason is it is not going to hold its value, meaning even though you buy something brand new from Chanel, if it is not one of the classic pieces, like if it is not the Chanel classic flap in the black and gold hardware, it is not going to hold its value just because it's Chanel. If you look at the resale market and you look at some of the bags, yes, they might have been popular at the time. However, they're not going to be worth more necessarily unless they are vintage bags. Talk about styles that were around. You're not necessarily going to be worth more once that style is done. Just because it's Chanel doesn't mean you're going to get your money back. So buying brand new Chanel, you know, people used to say it's an investment piece, but when they're saying it's an investment piece, they're saying that the cost per wear, the fact that you will be able to sell it and get money back, there is a value to it, but also that it should last a lifetime, right? You should be able to wear it. It's going to last a lifetime, and Chanel prices are going to keep going up. So it is worth it to have something that you're going to have for your lifetime. It is not that it is going to make you money or that you're going to get your money back. That's only if you get the actual classic pieces, or you get one of the square minis or rectangular minis that are a little bit harder to get in the classic styles. Next is quality. Let's just rip that band-aid off and talk about it. Chanel's quality has not been good. It's my opinion. Speculations on where said product is made, because there is some understanding that the made in France tag that you see doesn't necessarily mean that all components are made in France. It just means that it is assembled in France. So that could mean that the leather and items are sourced elsewhere. I've heard a lot of the Chanel ready-to-wear pieces are actually made in other countries, and the buttons are just sewn on in France, and then it could be the made in France. So it's a little bit tricky with that tag, that you're not necessarily, when you see things made in, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the components are made in there. I did have my friend Sam, who had bought some and dad sandals, who had a very interesting mark. I'll make sure to put that video up here, but she had an interesting mark on her shoes. So I'll tag her video down below so you can get that one, and my video where I was talking about all the different shady things that Chanel has been doing. But it literally had a mark that was from an Asian region that is out of China, which most likely the leather for the bottom of the sole was made in China. And they left that made in mark on the sole of the shoe by accident, I guess, but I don't know how you mess it up. And that's also a quality control thing. They are not having people examining the products like they used to. Louis Vuitton is having this problem too. I think when the panorama happened and the stores were shut down, Chanel especially was hurting with the sales because they don't sell online, right? They sell their beauty products, but they don't sell these classic pieces. Also, they weren't producing as many bags, right? Because especially in like Italy and France, like they weren't working and assembling these bags and doing these things. So I feel like a lot of this quality issues is because they don't have as many people as they used to, and they're trying to produce these bags to make up for the sales they lost, hence all the crazy price increases that we've gotten. However, they are shortening steps to maximize those prices, I believe, because how could a pair of shoes go through if someone actually looked at them? They could easily see that there was a mistake on the back of said shoes, and these shoes came straight from a warehouse. They were sold by, I believe, Saks, but the Saks associate sourced the shoes for her. So she never saw them, but she sourced them from another location. And it's like, did anyone look at these shoes? Like when the person was putting these shoes together, did they not see it? It's really weird. I just think they were like, let's just try to sell these because it's Chanel. Who cares that there's quality issues with it? Especially with all the videos we've heard about, the questions about the leather. Is it actual full leather or is it composite leather? Because there's wear and things are happening. Are they cutting corners now with their bags? And that's another reason. The quality is just not there. If you're not going to get the return on your investment and yet you don't know if your bag's going to fall apart or not, or what it's made of or how it's made, it's not very transparent. So that is another reason why I'm just not gonna buy new from Chanel anytime soon. Another reason that I don't wanna buy new from Chanel is because of the prices. Let's just get to it. Like the prices are crazy. Even some on the resale market, the prices are really crazy, especially now. I really hope that the market will come down a little bit. It won't be as crazy, which I have seen some prices come back to normal. But I just don't like buying brand new because buying a bag, I don't see myself wearing a Chanel Classic Flap as an everyday bag, so I'm not gonna get the cost per wear if I'm spending $8,000 to $9,000 on a bag. And again, that return on investment isn't not necessarily going to be there. So even when you look at the resale market or even those classic flat pieces, they are under retail. So there's no need to pay brand new when you can get the pieces in excellent or brand new condition for a couple thousand less. So I definitely recommend even those classic pieces online. The only ones that I see that are really over retail are the ones that are harder to get. And that would be the square minis and the rectangular mini pieces are usually over retail for those pieces. I really recommend finding secondhand, but also finding vintage. So let me show you all the pieces that I've gotten secondhand, like kind of the prices to give you an idea. So this here, I got this bag and it is a vintage, I believe you would call this like the Diana flap type of bag. It's not the curved one, but it is similar to it. You have the gold plated hardware, which they don't do anymore. Like it's like gold tone. This is actually gold plated. You can tell because of the mark that is right here. This is made of lambskin. I know people talk smack on lambskin, but you don't need to be scared of it. It's a lot more durable than you think it is because this bag is from the 90s and it has not gone to a spot and it has not been fixed up. And yes, there is wear to it because it's an older bag. I have some wear to the corners, but this vintage, beautiful bag I got from a Japan seller. So I definitely recommend if you're looking for vintage Chanel, not necessarily to go the route of Fashion File or Rebag, because this same bag on their site would be over $3,000 for them selling it. So for me to get this bag under $2,500 was a really great deal. Also with certain vendors that I use from the Japanese sellers on eBay is you can do the auction item where you can bid on it. So that's what I did for this, and I did my max bid. So my max bid was $2,500. So I thought if it goes over $2,500, I don't want to do that. And you do have to pay taxes and duties on these. So my duties that I paid on this and taxes were a little over $100. So this bag ended up being right around $2,500, even with the taxes and duties after I won that bid. So when you're thinking about what are my duties going to be, think about at least like 10% over. Mine were less than 10% coming in, and I use eBay Authenticate for mine. So I'll make sure to put that video up here with that information for you for this particular said bag. But I really recommend for vintage bags looking at some Japan sellers. Yes, you do have to pay duties for it, but you're actually going to save a lot of money doing it that way, and you're going to get an amazing, gorgeous bag. Next bag I got is right here. So I ended up getting this bag from one of my favorite sellers, and she has some amazing deals on bags, and this happened right around the pandemic. So she had this bag, and a lot of sellers and different things around that time had decided to mark some of their pieces down. So I did get a lot less than you would normally get on this bag because of that time, just because of what the market was doing. A lot of resellers were trying to purge some inventory because we didn't know what was going on. They were shutting us down. We didn't know what to do. So that's why I got an amazing deal on this bag. I got this bag for under $2,500, which is not normal. I got this in 2020. The seller link down below. I believe she's called Purse Hunters is her new name, so I'll make sure to link her website for you. She still has the best prices. She also does like layaways and different systems like that, so she is awesome. But this is a bag that's absolutely gorgeous. This isn't the one that has the ribbon on it. It is a tweed bag. These bags aren't necessarily, if you bought this brand new, you're not going to get necessarily your money back on it. It's a nice classic piece. However, it is not more sought after, so I recommend buying this secondhand. And again, you can find amazing sellers. She's also on Poshmark and eBay and all those things, but you get a better deal if you buy directly from her website. I definitely recommend when you're looking for a fun piece like that. I love looking at her stories because she'll just add new pieces on there, and I get to check her stories to see. I'm on the hunt for getting the Lady Dior. I just don't know which one yet. I know it'll speak to me when it comes. Here is another bag that I also got from the Purse Hunters. This is the Sunset by the Sea bag. I just thought this bag was super gorgeous. I think this bag retailed for a little over $3,000 at the time when it first came out. It has this gorgeous, fun, thick strap with it. You do have the chain that has the blue, and I love this ombre, which is why it's called Sunset by the Sea bag that you have here. Super gorgeous bag, and I found it with her for under $3,000. I think I was able to use layaway. I think I did for this one, just a down payment to save it until I was able to transfer some money and funds and buy it outright. But again, absolutely love this bag. It's a fun, stylish bag, but it's not something I would ever recommend buying brand new if you can be patient. Like, that's the thing. You have to be patient. I bought this bag probably like 2 years after it had came out. So obviously if you want that bag and you're worried about it, like for example, the pearl bag from Chanel that came out, that was such a great price. I think it was like $2,800, and it was this beautiful bag. And now if you try to buy it, it's over $8,000. That's kind of a fluke type of thing. There are exceptions to every rule, but if you can be patient, you usually can get them for a good price if you wait. And the last bag that I got secondhand, I got a good deal on, is right here. So this is the beautiful denim in the green. It came in purple and also pink. And I was able to get this bag, and I actually just bought it from a collector. She's not a YouTuber, I believe, but she's a blogger and things like that. Sam actually knows her and recommended her to me, and she was selling from her own collection. So I also recommend that for Chanel. Like, if there's someone that you follow that's an influencer, obviously someone you trust, but sometimes they do sell their own collection, and you can actually buy something from a friend or somebody else. Let's say, you know, it is an influencer or something like that. Maybe you ask them, hey, is there anything from your collection that you're thinking about getting rid of? I would be interested in purchasing it. So you can get those pieces for less than retail. This one I ended up getting for $3,400, $3,500, which was really close to retail. However, with tax, it would have been close to $38, $39. So it was still under retail for me. It was brand new. This bag was still out and popular at the time when I purchased it. So to get it just right under retail is always a win, because then I didn't have to pay the tax and I was just buying it from somebody else's collection. So that's something else to consider. I know it's scary to buy from people on the internet. However, if it is a blogger or a YouTuber or someone that you trust, maybe just see if there's something that they're thinking about parting with, and they'll make more money selling to you than they would if this was going to Fashion File. And that's what happened with this. She's like, this is, you know, the amount of money I'm asking for it. If not, I'm gonna send this to Fashion File. And if I had bought this on Fashion File, it was gonna be retailing for over $4,000. So yeah, guys, ask your friends if they want to purge their closet and give you some of their things. Okay guys, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed these type of videos, just giving you my 2 cents, my opinion on my thought process when it comes to buying these expensive handbags and why I don't buy Chanel new. I have never bought a brand new Chanel bag in the store or online or anything like that. The only new thing I've ever bought from Chanel are shoes. Let me know in the comments down below, do you buy Chanel new, or have you in the past and you're not gonna do it now? I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. And as always, I wanna thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye guys.